Hello, I'm Dr. Gideon Micropenis, Professor of Sociology, Gender Nonsense, Race Baiting, Trans Waffle, and Mindless Hysterical Screeching Wokery here at Fuckstick Metropolitan New University. As you may know, there is currently an ongoing dispute about a controversial Netflix special just released by the American comedian Dave Chappelle. In the show, he talks about trans people. Of course, it goes without saying that any man talking about trans people in public, regardless of what he's saying, is unequivocally transphobic, and there is certainly no place for humour when it comes to LGBTQ issues. Arguably, there is no place in this world for humour at all. I think we've come to realise as a culture that jokes are microaggressions and laughter is violence. Comedy is bigotry and should be quietly banned. Luckily, we are seeing the gradual replacement of all actual comedians, people who know how to craft funny jokes and stories and fill a room with laughter, with persecuted individuals from minority groups who have tragic tales of victimhood to share with us and reproach us for. Laughter can then be added in the edit, and we can all pretend it's real comedy. Several Netflix employees have been threatening a walkout in protest at Dave Chappelle's transphobic jokes, which he came up with to make people laugh and brighten up their day, and rightly so. Dave Chappelle is punching down in a way that is no longer acceptable in comedy. Because, of course, there is a definite, irrefutable social hierarchy, a scale of oppression, from most oppressed to least oppressed. And depending upon where you sit on that scale, there are groups below you about whom you are prohibited from telling jokes. This is a perfectly rational rule that's been applied to all comedy. It's definitely not intellectually myopic, and it certainly doesn't restrict the creative process to the extent that all mainstream comedy is now bland crap created in a culture of fear. Any comedian these days having the vile audacity to say something funny gets cancelled immediately, or to be more precise, faces the consequences of their words. And that's progress. As we can all agree, destroying people's livelihoods for saying words that hurt your feelings is perfectly reasonable behaviour.